Hello again, whiskey friends. Thanks for joining everybody for another Whiskey Wednesday, Halloween style. Even got in the upper corner here the Halloween themed logo that Ethan put together. If you can't do Halloween without being in a costume, I will admit though, there's something about this thing that's beginning to get a little bit of a hint of a funkiness to it smell-wise. I think I've worn Macho Man a little too much. So we'll see if Macho Man can go through the Macho machine and get some washing. But tonight, we have a very special guest, Todd Ritter, executive producer and podcaster over at the Bourbon Road. We will give him an introduction in just a moment, but you can go in the link of this, the description of this video and find a link to the Bourbon Road's website, which will also show you everywhere that you can stream their podcast, which is just about everywhere. But he set up a special flight for us tonight, so we are going to have some fun. Thank you for joining today, whiskey friends. Let's kick off the show. I learned what was in the flight tonight, so I am going to pour a little fifth comparison there because I'm really curious, but I'm not going to tell you why I'm pouring this bottle. You might be able to tell what it is from behind. So let's start bringing on the panel. First, let's start with Darrell. Darrell, why don't you say hi to everybody?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Whiskey Wednesday. It's going to be fun, man. Got another blind set up for us. And I think I've only had 2 of the bottles that we're sampling, but it's kind of like almost double blind. We don't really know, obviously, the order, and I haven't tasted a couple of them. So it's going to be fun to kind of revisit some of it and going completely blind on the other ones and see how this ranks. But cheers to Todd, man, for putting this together. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. I haven't tasted any of it, so I am completely in the dark. 0 expectations. Pure enjoyment for me. Now, Darrell, I really appreciate you showing up tonight in your Jason C costume.
Yes.
Rocking it good.
This, honestly, dude, I was packing a bunch of stuff, and I seen like a little package, and I'm like, the heck is this? Sitting in like a bottom of the box. It's probably been there for months. I remember ordering this or thought that I ordered it. And I did, I guess. And it's just, I think one of the kids put it in a box and I literally was cleaning out some stuff and seen it in the package, opened it up. I was like, oh, that's going on today. It's probably been there for probably like 6 months. No lie.
Yeah. New shirt, though, either way.
Yeah. Right on a Wednesday, too, just for Blendageddon. Well, in lieu of Blendageddon. Should be fun.
Kelsey is feeling under the weather, so Kelsey will not be with us tonight. But we do have in the back executive producer Todd. Todd, why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hey everyone. Hope everyone's having a great night. It's good to be here. It's been a minute.
Yes. We don't get you on as often.
I'm saying you guys are like, you're becoming big stars, so you don't need me as much. I just kind of stay in the background and sign the paychecks, send boards.
I got a 6-month counter in the back of my head, Todd.
Yeah.
If I'm not making a thumbnail with you every 6 months, there's a little alarm that goes off.
Okay, appreciate that. Let's pop on.
But Todd, why don't you introduce everyone to what you do over at the Bourbon Road and what the podcast is all about?
So the Bourbon Road is, as far as we know, closing in on the second longest bourbon related podcast out there. Obviously, Kenny and Ryan at Bourbon Pursuit are number 1, and they record a lot more than we do. So I believe the second place is Drinking with Dad or something like that, or Dad's Bourbon. But they've stopped doing it. They've moved on to some other stuff. So we're up to, I think we just recorded episode 415. I started I guess, full time about episode 400, and had filled in on some episodes before that, and had been a guest a couple other times before that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Jim, I live in Frankfort, Kentucky, and Jim's right down the road, just I guess west in Simpsonville, which is in between Shelbyville and Louisville. So yeah, we've had a lot of fun. We got to interview Jackie Zykan of Hidden Barn the other day, which that'll be dropping next week. Today's episode was, his name is Chris, and I forgot his last name, but he started a company called Knows Your Bourbon. I think I have it here.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes, I've met him before, and I have one of those kits.
That was loud. So he makes these kind of like nosing kits.
Yeah.
And actually, I thought, at some point, if you guys wanted to maybe do something with him, that's another thing. I thought, reaching out to these folks like this, hey, you want to be on YouTube with some buddies of mine too. So don't be surprised if you get some bonus play, I guess, out of it. But and then next Thursday, we are recording with our first celebrities, and that's Ian Somerhalder and Paul Wesley, I believe is his last name, and they're from Vampire Diaries, and they're behind the Brothers Bond bourbon that's out there. So I think we're gonna sit and chat with them and drink their 7-year bottled and bond, which is MGP. We took a little pre-sip recently, and it's nice, bottled and bond MGP. And then they have another one called Regenerative Series, and it's coming soon. I don't know. Supposed to get a bottle of that, but I haven't seen it yet. So, and don't know much behind it. But I
have watched every episode of Vampire Diaries with Dana. Some of it I elected to do. Some of it was in duress. But she was very, very jealous when she heard. When I started telling her what it was and what was going on, she was like, wait, this is a thing?
Oh, that's the autograph he was asking about.
Actually, Dana, I know you're watching, so if you have any fangirl questions kind of related to bourbon, you can relay them to me. Like, I don't want to know what kind of pajamas he wears or anything like that. So, but if you got a good question, you should tell her to relay it.
Well,
but it's been a lot of fun. We do some reviews. We just reviewed the new Coy Hill from Jack Daniels, King of Kentucky, the 16 years that have dropped. Sorry, my light's kind of bright, but that's another nice little perk. The PR companies send samples, and then sometimes we get full bottles. So I'd like to say I'm saving a little scratch by doing this, but not really. I still spend just as much as I normally do.
Just spending it in other areas.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you just get samples of things that you wouldn't have gotten your hands on anyway. So that makes it
that's
fun,
the fun part. I mean, the King of
money.
Kentucky, if I see it, it'll be exorbitant price or something like that.
Yeah. It's good getting a chance to taste them without having to spend that money on them,
But I really enjoy it. I've also been working on a documentary called Frankfurt, the Heart of Bourbon. I shared that link on a few of the bourbon Facebook pages and things. So it's something I'm pretty excited about. That was kind of like a 2-minute trailer. I wasn't really in the trailer, but I do the narration for it. So my buddy Bo Cumberland put that together. So our hope is to kind of get it started here in Frankfurt and maybe show it in some other, it's going to be more of a Kentucky thing, but it's kind of a nice introduction to what Frankfurt has to offer folks that, that enjoy bourbon. And you guys have been here, so you know a little bit about it. So
got to get that video on the Buffalo Trace tour.
Right. I mean, we had folks from Buffalo Trace on there and Castle and Key and, all the other local, even Glens Creek down that's now at the Oak Crow Distillery. So yeah, we try to touch base with all of them, tell their story a little bit, give a little past history. Yeah. So I'm very proud of it. I mean, proud to be a part of it and proud that my friend, he's really creative. And I think once you guys see the entire picture, you'll be like, wow, that's pretty solid. So
yeah, the trailer looked good. and it was only a couple minutes from there. And not just saying it because, like, passing it along. It looked like it was pretty good put together, like pretty well put together.
Right. The funny thing is, I have to look it up because he's actually on YouTube, and when he was doing his looking for like a name to use for his YouTube, his thing was My Bourbon Journey is what he wanted to use. And of course, we all know who's using that. So his is My Bourbon Journey through the American Spirit or something like that. I'm like, dude, you have the longest YouTube name in YouTube history, I think. So it's like you made it really hard for people to find you.
Yeah.
But he's a great guy, and maybe somewhere down the line, if this goes well, you guys can have him on because he's really creative. He does a lot of little shorts, and he's done some like quick interviews at some of the local distilleries and things like that. But yeah, I've been busy, and I got to get up really early in the morning and work. So
yeah, so
keeping on.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming on. Everybody, keep in mind, I said it off the top, but in the description, there is a link to the Bourbon Road. So check out the podcast.
Yeah, at least subscribe. You don't have to listen to me. I'll put you to sleep maybe. So you can just subscribe. Pump up those numbers for us, But I put this together for you guys. Probably should have done it earlier. I meant to earlier, but it's kind of old school. I mean, it's older bourbon, but it's the Campus series from Hardin's Creek. Spoilers. So the Frankfurt, Claremont, and Boston bottles are in there, and then there's kind of a bonus pour. And so Beam does something called the Distiller Share, and this is batch 4. I think last one I saw was batch 5, so they may have 6 out by now. But this particular one is a blend of all 3 of those, and in it was 10% of the Claremont, 60% of the Boston, and 30% of is Frankfurt blend. So it's kind of a blend of all 3, and kind of, and those are usually only found at the distillery. So it's kind of a cool little fun release. And they've done some other neat stuff with that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you say it's an old one. I think it is relevant though, with the release of
16,
Old Granddad 16, not too far in the past.
Well, the
year,
last that last Hardin's Creek was that.
With it.
Yeah, that last Hardin's Creek was that Golden Promise though. That came out 4 or 5 months ago. So and it was kind of underwhelming. It's all right.
Yeah.
And let me scroll up
and
real quick.
I have never had any of these before, so this will be a completely fresh take on my point of view. And then I did pour some of the original Hardin's Creek here, just to kind of see the progression between the Hardin's Creek release and the Frankfurt and the Claremont, etc. Now, with these, Todd, in general, I was reading up on Hardin's Creek, kind of inspired by the Old Granddad 16, and I hadn't realized that Hardin's Creek was a blend of the high rye mash bill and the regular mash bill.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same way with the rest of these? Do you know?
These are all 17-year bourbons. The reason they're called Campus blends is because they were each housed at a separate. I mean, a lot of people don't know there's actually a Jim Beam here in Frankfurt, and it used to be the Old Granddad plant back in the day. And so there are a couple of rickhouses out there, and so they had however many barrels of this 17-year that they left sitting there. And then Boston is another one that I think it's just pretty much rickhouses. I don't think there's any kind of like visiting type thing or anything like that. And then of course the Claremont is right there on Jim Beam's campus. So, but as far as I know, I don't think this is a blend. I thought this was just their 17-year, like their main bourbon blend, but I didn't do my homework.
Yeah. So I wonder if it's a blend of the mash bills like Hardin's Creek is, or if it's just one or the other. We'll see what our tastes decide. Then we can look it up afterwards. Let's keep it blind.
I'd be curious to know if anybody out there's had them and if they had any favorites, if they had more than one of them or anything, just out of curiosity. I know some folks have chimed in like on some other YouTube channels about what their favorite is of the 3.
Do you remember? And you know what order you gave them to us.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna drink order you guys do too.
Well, let's start getting into A little bit here, Darrell. Why don't you say hi to some people too?
Yeah, I was gonna mix and match, do both. Yep. So I was scrolling up earlier to get me back to the top because we had a lot of people in here. We're 47 now. But Top Dog made it in here first. It's usually a fight between him and Norseman, which actually Norseman, 7:24 p.m. That's late for you, man. Top Dog was here at 8:22 in the morning. Cheers to you. Don't forget to hit the like, your way in, grab your favorite pour, sit back, and enjoy the show. Cheers, John. And I'm using my glasses, buddy. Thank you. I got them.
Oh, yeah.
Bosky Outdoors. I'm not sure if I've seen that name, but cheers to you. Plan on being there. I'm not sure where you're being, but hopefully it's somewhere fun and has whiskey involved.
He plans on being here later.
Is that what it is?
His response to Top Dog earlier. So.
Oh, gotcha.
But cheers, Bosky.
Ham turkey. Todd. He's rooting you on. Cheers to you.
My buddy.
Jason, you're late. Scal. Cheers to you, buddy. JG's here. Katie is here. Man, Doug H is here. Seen you yesterday, man. That was a fun stream, you and Fred, along with Mr. Marty.
Always. Did you see what they did to Ethan? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see what they did to Ethan.
Oh, my gosh. They pulled out the sticky icky, and they were like, Jeff, this bottle's awful. I don't like it. And then they put it in a paper bag, and they're like, it tastes better now. And they hid poor Ethan's face.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Wilmington Piper's there. Joe the sample guy's here. Cheers to you. We are. Cheers to you, sir. JG, I'm not sure if I said it, but cheers to you. Aaron G. Andrew, Bowles Wine Guy, cheers to you. We got to get together again, buddy. It's been a bit. Miss Whack herself. Good evening and all. Cheers to you. Ryan, seen you on somebody's stream a couple days ago. I'm not sure
he was on Dusty Dan's.
Is that what it was? Okay, Dusty Dan's. Yep, haven't seen you in a bit, but cheers to you. Christine Vasco, cheers to you. Who else is in here? Marty Party, Whiskey Nose.
Oh yeah.
Tony Bag of Donuts. Stacy. Cheers, everyone. Ricardo Carroll is here. Mr. Shelton himself. Hello again, whiskey friends. Hello to you. Joey B. Who else is here? Sugar Kitty is here. Why isn't Whack in costume? This isn't right. Mark B. And I did see a super chat. I'll highlight that. Actually, no, matter of fact. Let's see if I can do this. Actually, it's not even working. It's not letting me ping it. So I'll wait till I get when it pops to chat. There you go. Somebody say giveaway.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Jeez.
And yeah, you guys can see the scrolling bar at the bottom. Me and Jeff are putting together a couple flights for the giveaway today. I got a turkey flight, and Jeff got a new riff flight. New riff special releases. Yeah.
We can get into that real quick. So you said you got your turkey with the Russells and the Wild Turkey 70th anniversary. Yep. I'm going to do 2 flights here based on some recent acquisitions. So this just came out in the past week. So this is a special release from New Riff with an experimental rye mash bill. So it's a rye whiskey, but it's only 51% rye. And then it's 26% corn. And then the rest is a biscuit malt, which isn't necessarily a term I was familiar with until this one. Oh my gosh. It totally exceeded my expectations. I know I was texting Copperwolf about it, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this one. It sounds kind of weird. I'm in love with it. So excited to share that, and I'll throw in a bunch of other New Riff special releases in that pack. And then the other one that I'll do, kind of keep it local, I got this Whiskey War that's a double, but the second finishing cast was a Cabernet barrel. So this is a barrel select. There's still a few of these on Seelbach, but I grabbed that a few weeks ago, and I'll include a whole bunch of Whiskey War stuff there too. So I'll include the other double so you can compare. I'll throw in a regular double oak that was a pick for our friend David, and I'll give you a whole slew of things. So New Riff and Whiskey War, some fun stuff to explore.
Yeah, those doubles are really, really, really good. If nobody's had them, there's some good stuff, man. Really good stuff. What did I leave off at? Mr. Tommy D. What did he say? The smell in that basement must be wonderful. Cheers. Oh man. Tim Corney. Cheers to you, Tim. What else we got here? Dustin Pishel, Andy Road. I'm going to try to catch us back up real quick. Let's see. Great Scott is here. Cheers to you. Slapshot Brian. Cheers to you. Let's see. I'm scrolling. It's going to take me a minute, I know. Ben's here. Greetings once more, Bourbon Associates. Cheers to you, Ben.
All right. Cheers, Ben.
Katie. Not sure if I said hello to you, but cheers to you, ma'am.
Hi, Katie.
Life from the Patio is here. Who else is here? Getting close, I think. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Scrolling. Got Mark B super chat there. There was a couple others. I know there was Uncorked has one here, and I think I might have missed one. It was a
There's
$10
one from Top. There's one from Top Dog. If you
Okay. Top Dog.
They know
That's
how
the
to-
one
you can always go to the star tab there too, Darrell, and you can. Get
got it.
That's the magic trick.
See? I'm learning stuff over here, guys. Only been doing this for a couple years, and it's all right. Paul P's here. Cheers to you,
All right.
man. SVP,
I think we are caught up.
John Cloud, and I think that is it.
Jeffrey,
Cheers, everybody.
I'm sorry.
What's up? What's up, Todd?
I was just going to ask, is there a way? I've got the link to that trailer. Is there a way for me to send it to you to share? Just text it to you and you can share it that way, or?
Let's see. Put it in chat,
Okay.
and then I can grab it from there. I think I could even ping it, and then
There you go.
I can add it to the description.
And if anybody in chat, any of the mods know how to just ping it, so it's actually no, it's already. All right, normally it doesn't pop up, so you can click on it, but yeah, it's already there, which is good.
Okay, cool.
Well, Todd's a wrench, so it does that there.
I have
Got
And
it.
then I can do
executive power.
We trust you.
Hey, Paul P.
Okay, then I think I can do it here.
See, I knew I was gonna miss somebody. Sorry, Chris. Cheers, buddy.
Hey,
I
Chris.
think I missed you because you spelled my name wrong. Just messing.
All right. Well, I think these have had enough time to air out. I nosed a little bit there. Darrell, I'm
Did you?
curious on.
I haven't.
I know. I'll let you catch up.
Probably
here
gonna
before I
smell
say
wonderful.
anything.
I remember the two that I've had. I had
Definitely
Claremont
gonna
and
smell wonderful.
Boston. Todd, wait. When we were at Bourbon on the Banks, you had Boston. Was that the one? No, you had Frankfurt, right?
Ooh. Yeah.
Do you remember?
Claremont. I think I had
Oh,
Claremont.
yeah, Claremont. I
Yeah.
thought it was one that I didn't have because I had.
Or
Claremont.
wait, no, you're right. I had a big bottle of Frankfurt too because
Okay.
I was like, I gotta have that since it's a hometown.
Yeah. So that was the only time I tried the Frankfurt. But I'm probably, like I said, I probably still won't know.
Okay, and we can if you want to rank them on nose and then rank them on palate.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. I mean, off of A, I'm just getting. I mean, the oak is just lovely right off the bat. I'm getting a whole lot of orange.
This is like my happy place when it comes. Like it's like well done oak, right? It's not like it takes a lot for it to be like overly oaked for me. Versus I guess some other people's palates, some of that stuff like it's a little bitter, but I don't really mind that. This doesn't come across like too oaky. I haven't tasted the palate to see if you're getting some of that dryness and bitterness that you typically get on some, 15 to 17-year-old stuff, but this just
really
smells old.
Yeah.
Which
Really
is
nice,
great.
like more vanilla than vanilla, like French vanilla or like vanilla bean, too, to me.
Dude, and I just get like it's like saturated, and I get it on like high age whiskey, but saturated oak. Like if you just freshly dump that barrel and kind of like just stuck your head in there,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like just the wet staves, like that's what I get, and it's not like oaky like that, but it's a nice just like it's a nice oaky nose, but like not just overly oaked.
Well, it's the fruits that come over the top for me too, which is what I loved about the Hardens Creek as well. But I get kind of a shades of orange and shades of cherry. depending on the angle I take.
I get some slight citrus. I don't know if I get cherry, but I can see where you're going with the brighter notes.
Sorry,
and that's more so
stuff in the same
mid
order,
to the
guys.
back of the not finished, but back of the nose. Like up front is like all the oak, then it transitions into that sweetness of the fruit.
You guys get any of that peanut that you get from Beam sometimes? It's there. It's real subtle though to me.
I don't really get it.
It's there, but it's subtle.
Yeah, it's almost like the Heaven Hill, more the peanut shell almost, which is rather than like a Snickers or something.
And I felt the same about the old Granddad on that too. That wasn't as predominant.
Yeah.
If I was to get peanut, it would be more so not even really the shell for me. Like if I cracked open a peanut and I'm like, or just say shellless peanuts.
Yeah.
Like the actual nut. But it's not really prevalent. Like I don't really get much of it.
Cheers, Tom. I didn't see that earlier.
That nose is nice though.
Yeah.
Do we get a nose through all four, Jeff, first and dive in on the palate?
Let's nose all four real quick here because I'm curious to see, I don't know, the range of it or if there is a big difference or if we're just going to be just in the same heaven across the board.
Yeah.
All right. So into B.
All right. This one's coming off a little darker on the nose. It's
like some notes here.
Like
look at
black,
I can't even
dark
mix
cherry
up now, man. This is perfect.
Mm-hmm. Dark cherry and even like a little nougat behind that oak.
Oh, that is way different. What the heck?
And I don't know if I mentioned to the folks out there, these are all from the small that little gift box they had, which was kind of neat.
Wow, that's a lot different on the nose for me.
Mm-hmm. The oak isn't as dominant as the first one either.
No.
Yeah, I get that cherry note that maybe you got a little bit of that on the first one. I didn't really get it on that, but I definitely get it on this one.
Yeah, a little more subdued,
more pronounced cherry.
It's like chocolate. It's like what is that? Almost like they had like Charleston shoes that had like the strawberry center with the chocolate on the outside. Like it's a mixture of that. It's like darkness, but you still get a little bit of citrus, but some chocolate, like cherry, strawberry-ish notes. Oh man, yeah, it's like that strawberry Charleston shoe, man.
Yeah.
I think I may like that nose better than the first one.
Let us know in the comments if you've tried any of these. And also, if anyone can confirm whether it's a blend of the two mash bills, like Hardin's Creek, or if it's maybe the releases are just one mash bill or the other. Totally interested there. All right. Well, let's get into C here. So there's definitely some range.
That smells nice. See Mr. Marmon here. Cheers to you, sir. Donald Rance is here too. Cheers to you. Might have missed your first comment, but I'll pin that one. Oh, geez.
This one's. I was about to say this one reminds me more of Heaven Hill, and then you just hear Darrell go, "Oh gosh."
That's funny.
Oh my god, I don't even need to nose that anymore. That's my favorite freaking nose. Holy crap! I don't know if D's gonna hold up to that.
So wait, what makes you react that way though? I love
dude, exactly what you said. It just reminds me of like old Heaven Hill, like Heaven Hill 17. That's what this reminds me of.
I'm right there with you on that one.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, that smells ridiculous.
So, nuttiness, some nice vanilla too.
Yeah,
very very sweet. Yeah, like vanilla, like icing almost.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Even getting into like a buttercream type of icing, even.
Spice is there, like it's tingling the nose a bit, but that vanilla cream, and it actually may be more of like a buttercream than vanilla. Honestly, being that you said that. Oh God, that is. Whew. I just put greatness on my notes for C for nose.
Great,
literally. Jeez.
All right, let's get into D.
Oh man.
Oh, that's interesting.
I wonder if this is the blend. Like this.
I know that. I wonder too. Either D or B has to be the blend, right? But off the nose, I'd almost say that D is the blend.
Oh, that's fun. We can actually play a little game. You guys can guess too.
Guess the blend. All right, guess the blend. I'll write that down.
Off of the first part, like I haven't tasted them. No, none of us tasted them, but off of the nose, I would think this is the blend. Like it doesn't seem as gelled as the first three.
Doesn't seem as beamy as the other three, maybe?
Not really beamy, just like balanced on the nose.
Yeah.
Like it's here, it's there, it's here. Like it's still good, but the other three came across as some high age bourbon, nice oak. Like this, you get some of those notes, but you also get like something that not really, it's not off-putting by any means, but just completely different than the other three.
Right.
It's got peanut shells there. The oak isn't as pronounced. The vanilla I'm getting on this one too, though it's not as pronounced. And then there's like berries too. So it's like it's got all the elements of the other ones, but maybe they're just a little bit faint as compared to the other ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is probably the most muted of the four noses that we.
These things are
sniffed,
oily.
I think it's just not as doesn't pop like the other three do.
Mm-hmm. The notes are there. It just doesn't have the volume on them.
This thing sticks though to the glass like crazy.
They're all 17. So
I got the Hardin's Creek too.
All right. Do we want to go ahead and rank?
Yeah, my favorite C.
Yeah.
Nose. I'm gonna put a star next to that one, then B, then A, then D. Oops, I'm putting stars on all of them. So first, second, third.
Are you writing this down, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
I got mine written down.
I can go mine. So then, little different than Durrell. I'm going C first, A second, B third, D fourth. So
what's first?
C. I'm on the same page with you.
Okay.
I'm going to go a little different than you guys. I'm going to go A, C. I'm going to switch those two.
A, C.
But I'm going to agree B and D.
Okay.
All right. I'm ready to sip.
Oh, man. Me too. C, though.
I mean, there's no loser nose in any of those. I mean, D's fine. But.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
That nose on C.
Well, let's get into A.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody in the chat.
This is awesome.
Cheers, Top Dog for the Glen.
Cheers, everyone out there in Whiskey Tube Land.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it up. Oh, God.
Definitely got that oak on it, just like the nose.
Yeah. I will say because these are 107 proof, right? I believe. I think, or 108. 107. I think.
108.
Oh, 108. Okay.
No, I'm sorry, 110.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
It drinks lower than that. That first sip. I'll take another sip in a second, but that first sip almost came across as like if it was like 100 proof whiskey for me versus 110.
Man.
But it kind of died off relatively quick. Like right now, I'm just getting like some bitter, like oaky tannins on the palate, not so much of the flavor that I got on like that first sip. Like my tongue is like, it almost has like a drying sensation to it.
Yeah, I mean,
and the whiskey itself really wasn't drying upon sip, but like after it, about 30 seconds, it's kind of drying me out a bit.
Oak is definitely the main event there.
Yep.
Getting a little of that chocolate and the nougat.
Yep.
Again. Little black pepper even on the finish. Black pepper or just the barrel.
See, I think it does drink 110. Maybe I would even guess higher, probably a little bit. There's a little bit of spicy kick at the end.
All right, Tommy D is in. He's calling his win already. Cheers, Tommy D.
You may need to warm that up, Nigel. I'm not sure. Tommy D calling a win.
Tommy D's calling it.
Yeah, that's good. But I'll be surprised on the next few that we kind of sip. to see if it elevates from there. Because I remember the one that I had, the Claremont, being something about it tasted different from this. That would be funny if that's what this one is. But I remember really, really liking that, and it having more of a finish. Like, this is still dying off on me on the palate. Like, nice flavor, but I think the nose is a little better than the palate for me on this one. But yeah, really curious to see how the next few kind of go.
Well, let's get into B here.
All right.
Do that now. What did you say? I believe Darrow will be Claire, Frank, Boss. Let's see. Oh, Claremont, Frankfurt, Boston. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Claremont was the one that I had, Copper Wolf, and I really, really love that one. It would be funny, like I said, if that's A right now, and it's kind of throwing me off a bit. But the nose on C, I can't wait to try that, because that nose was ridiculous.
You know?
Okay, this one's coming off more nutty. You guys getting the like Knob Creek nutty, like 18, 15-year-old kind of. Yep.
Getting more of the nuttiness there, but I think this one's got a bit more depth around that too.
Yeah. Not quite as drying on the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not. Like, more flavors, like the flavors are kind of sitting now on my tongue versus that one, like 5 seconds after, kind of flavors were dissipating really quick and just left me with like some dryness on the palate. Yep. This one transitions nice. Like, nose is nice, front palate, mid palate, back of the palate. It's still not like obviously proofy. It's only 110 proof, but this one drinks its proof versus the first one for me. And those flavors still now are just sitting on my tongue, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this one is definitely better. And it's funny too. I ranked this second on the nose. I ranked the A third on the nose. So this is better than, I think, for A on palate and nose, which follows suit with my ranking so far on the nose. I'm gonna take another sip of that.
This one hits me a bit like a it's not quite a cherry cobbler. It's not apricot either. It's like a mixture of fruits in a cobbler, and the cobbler's got that what do you call it when you do, like, it's got like the chunks of sugar on top of it? You know what I'm talking about? Like
a crumble?
I know.
Like a sugar crumble on the top of it. Yeah. Got a lot of baking spices going on throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's much better than the first one.
It's interesting. I mean, who had the forethought to say, hey, let's put some barrels in, all three rick houses 17 years ago? Genius.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing too what location can do.
Yeah. The fun thing is about the OGD plant that Beam owns here in Frankfurt is they don't do tours, but my Bourbon Society's been able to go, like our board members have been able to go twice. The first time was before I was even a part of it. The second time I had COVID, so I didn't get to go. So there's that. But I hear they have some neat stuff out there. They actually, a couple years ago, they came out with they have a warehouse there called Warehouse Q, and they came out with like an 86 proof, basically like a granddad for employees only. That all the barrels came from Warehouse Q there. So that was pretty cool. I actually have a bottle of one of those that a friend gave me.
Nice.
Dude, C smells so good.
All right, we're doing on C. You ready?
Yeah, I just know again.
Let's get into C. Let's stop torturing Darrell.
Yep.
And I won't have the nose bias me.
And guys. I swear I didn't pour Heaven Hill in there. It's all bean.
It's definitely not like obviously like that Heaven Hill 17, but it reminds me of that type of profile. Like, you get a ton of depth on the nose, the oaks there, the vanilla, the sweetness.
See, my first thought when Jeff said Kelsey's not feeling it, I was like, it's because it's bean. But hope you get feeling better, Kelsey, if you're watching, buddy. Being sick sucks no matter what.
Oh. I got to take another sip of that, but that kind of hit nice.
That's going to be your favorite.
Yeah. It even comes off as a Heaven Hill a little bit, or if they blended it to come off as Heaven Hill.
Dude, it reminds me of like the old pirate bottles, but the 94 proofers, but just proofed up a bit, so it's not yet
years. Yeah,
like the 12-year, but not a barrel proof version. But put that proof point if you can scale that 94 up to 110,
somewhere in between. I could see that. Yeah,
it comes across like that. And back then those 12 years weren't freaking 12 years either, right? They were probably 14, 15, 16. But this just, if I didn't know this was Beam, I would probably think this specific one, C, is Heaven Hill.
It's good to know. I still have a lot of that one left, so I can put it take you down.
I think the only thing that would throw me off blind is it's definitely, it feels high rye to me. There's a little bit of orange zest on the back end, and there's just this spiciness on the finish that you typically
there
get
is a spiciness,
like high rye. So that would throw me off versus a Heaven Hill.
Yeah,
because it's still sitting there. I mean, it's just finishing, and it's just all that spiciness in the back. It's just unrelenting.
And its whole tongue is coated too, which I like.
What's funny, I remember getting more spice on the Boston, and I don't remember what it tastes like. I just remember saying to myself that this drink's spicier than the Claremont, and I don't remember my Claremont drinking like this. It's funny. I bet like the second one, and I'll probably go back to that, but I think the second one may be the Claremont and C be Boston off of my initial tasting back when I had both of them. But regardless, C is really, really good. That hits my happy spots. Oh man. All right.
That one's gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah. I'll take a little swig of water and get into D.
All right. Let's get into D. Let's see what D can do.
Oh man. Boom. Look at that letter D over there.
Man. Got a real pronounced D on that one.
Yeah.
The nose on D now got even more subdued on me after going through the tasting.
I was actually going to say it kind of kicked up for me.
Oh, okay.
Like I actually like the nose a bit more than I did on the first go around. No C. Does D come across like still subdued when you go back to C? Because it's coming across like heavier.
Comes across on the nose still subdued, just
Really?
like it did before. When you get into the palate, though, there's something that sticks out there. But I'll let you get into that before I say anything.
This got to be the blend, right?
What makes you say that, though?
Like it's part of it hits me like B, then the rest just, I don't want to say it doesn't gel, but it doesn't seem like it tastes like it's blended. Like it just doesn't seem, and the other ones aren't single barrels, I'm not sure, but like it just doesn't seem as put together. And I could be completely wrong, but it just doesn't seem like it is as put together as the first three. Like the first three, like you can tell they're high age bourbons, like if they were single barrels or not single barrels, whatever the case is, but they fit that category. Then this one, you get the age, but when you taste it on the palate, it's just, it just jumps around a bit for me, which makes me think it's a blend.
So I agree in the sense that it does jump around. It seems to have shades of all the other ones. And the reason I think it's the blend specifically is because of the oak presence on this one. So this is really the second sample, I think, of the 4 where I felt like the oak was really, really pronounced. But it's not as pronounced as A. But B and C weren't there with the oak at that level regardless. So if A existed in another one, I think it would be D. That's my logic.
Todd, the blend. What was the highest percentage of the breed that they put into it? Boston.
60%, Frankfurt 30, and Claremont 10.
And I think Boston is actually C. That's interesting because this reminds me more of like the B profile or the second one. Not sure if we got Tom in here. Did we get that?
We did. I got Tom in there. Unless he put a second one in there. But yeah, I got Tom. Yep, I got that one.
Okay. Just don't remember seeing a name pop up.
I was sneaky about it.
Hey, Justin, come on.
I think I got enough to rank.
Yeah. I think my rank is probably the same as my nose. I think I got the same rank as my nose.
Mine is not.
Okay.
Mine is not either, but mine is the same rank as Darrell's nose.
Oh, it's mine.
So, I'm on the same page with you, Darrell.
We might actually have the same palette, I think.
Oh, man.
So C-A-B... No, that's wrong. C-B-A-D is my order.
Yeah.
Mine's the same. C-bad.
C-B-A-D. Yeah, C-bad.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So
That's my nose
there.
and palate.
And then Darrell and I are both guessing that sample D is the blend.
Yeah, I think D is the
Various
blend.
reasons.
I want to say C is Boston, but if it's not Boston, I bet it's Claremont.
Okay.
And the vice versa would be, or the opposite one would be the Boston or Claremont. I think A is Frankfurt. I haven't had that one. Granted, I only had a sip of freaking Boston, but I just remember it being more spicy.
Hey, since Kelsey's not here, I'll send out a pour package to somebody tonight too.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh. All right. 4th giveaway in there, everybody.
In fact,
I'll
include a pour of the
blend
of the 3.
All right.
Nice. So we see Aaron G just came in too. I'm not sure if we popped that up. Cheers, Trip Header tonight. Whiskey Wednesday. Master and Drum Blood to get in. Yes, week 2 starts. I don't know if I'm in this week or next week for Blend to get in, man. And I'm kind of excited because
Did you do a Frankenstein?
I did do a Frankenblend, man.
Did you really?
Dude, I I think Stu wins freaking Frankenblend, dude. Like his blend is
awesome.
Stupid good. Like I like mine, but I drank his and I poured a little bit with the expectation to keep a bunch of it so I can drink along the next time he was in, and it didn't happen. He sent me one of the bigger ones that had like 3 ounces, and I drank all of it the other day. It's so good. It's similar to the one that he did for us that had I can't even say because Jay may be watching, but
yeah, don't say.
We've had something of his that we really, really loved. And it's a version of that, but kind of like picked up with like some other stuff. But oh god, dude, it's so good. Copper Wolf is in.
Copper Wolf is in.
Oh man. Yeah. So yeah. If I don't make it past the first round, my money's on Stu. I'm not sure if Stu's here, but dude, yeah, we were chatting about it. His blend is freaking. That dude can blend some whiskey, man.
He can. Usually I can guess some components too. Though I know he loves blending with Journeyman. That's usually something I can call out when he does the blend. But we were sitting there at Pours in the Park, and he like pulled something out of his bag and gave me a little nip of it. He's like, Jeff, what do you think's in this? And I think I called 2 of the 3 components like right off the rip. And Tony
Nice.
Bag of Donuts was standing right by us, like, what the heck is happening here? Like, this is what we do, Tony.
Yeah. Blinds on top of blinds. All right, so we all got our rankings. We're all the same, right? On the palette.
No one counts
yes.
Macho Man as a costume. Everyone's just like, this is a
Yeah, I
normal
do.
get up. This is just
gonna say.
pajamas.
Oh man, I'm kind
All
of
right.
curious here, Todd. Can we
Let's do the
reveal
reveal.
from like last to first? Since we're all kind of we're
Sure.
all got the same ranking, right?
Oh,
And
Seabad,
by that you said
D being our
Okay.
least favorite,
so.
and it's still good, guys. But
Poor D.
compared to the others,
Poor D is the Claremont.
oh my god,
Oh, look at that.
what? What is it? Golly, dude, like my Claremont, and I wish I had more, but I don't know. Sheesh.
Interesting.
All right. I guess I was missing out on all the other ones. Holy crap. What
Watch
really
us
got me now is,
watch us like the blend, and that's why he
dude,
just did a plate with the blend.
is freaking C to blend. That would be crazy if C to blend.
That'd be awesome.
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
In third place on the palette was
A.
A. That's the Boston.
The Boston.
Holy
You
shit.
had
So
that,
I'm way
you had
off.
that one right. I
No,
thought
dude.
you said A Boston a second ago.
No, I said C. I thought was Boston because I remember that coming across more spicy.
Oh, I thought you said
If I
A.
didn't think it was C, I thought it was B. I thought A was Frankfurt. So we got Frankfurt in the blend. Damn, if C is the blend, dude, that's freaking killer. I kind of really want C to be the blend.
And for those that have had Jacob's Well, Boston and Jacob's Well, I think are the most comparable.
Are they? All right.
Oh, wow.
In second place on the palette is Frankfurt.
Oh
So that means the blend.
We
is
did.
the
We
Bourbon
did.
Road.
We called the blend. We totally underrated the blend.
Boom.
That's awesome.
Oh my god. And that was, can you read the percentages again, Todd?
It's 60 Boston,
60 Boston.
which is funny because that came in third.
Mhm.
30 Frankfurt and 10% Claremont.
Boston was 3. No, A, right?
Yeah, Boston was
B.
A, Frankfurt B, blend was
Frankfurt.
C, and D was Claremont.
Blend. Wow.
When Jim and I did this on a podcast, I know Boston was actually the winner that day. So that's kind of interesting that it was on down third place tonight. But that's,
Wow.
you just different palette, different day.
Different palette, different day, maybe a different order.
It was definitely a different order. It didn't come off first. It was not first. I remember it being somewhere in the middle.
Wow.
And
Dude,
funny
that's
enough, I want to
crazy.
say, I think the blend came in third. I think ours was like Boston, Frankfurt blend, and then Claremont.
Wow. That's nuts, dude. Like I would have thought for sure either B or C was Boston or Claremont. That blend is holy crap. I wonder if
Oh,
they
man.
had to play with it a bit, right? Like
That's fun.
percentages, man, to get it to that. Like it has to be because that's like solid. Holy crap.
That'd be the fun part about blending all those different ratios and then
Oh, yeah.
blinding it and putting it to the test. I mean, that's the fun part about doing blend again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fun part's when something comes out good. I did 3 blends and they all sucked ass. Sorry about my French. I was like, I'm not even turning these in.
I totally thought, Todd, you were going to say the fun part's when you win. I was going to be like, both
No,
of
when you win, it just makes it worse because you want to do so well. You want to recreate greatness, and then you're like, I don't know, maybe they are good. I don't know, maybe I'm just being picky. But no,
See,
they
that's
just-
how it
create
was.
greatness at least once.
I've
What is
still
it,
got
Bert?
some. I'll have to share with you. I'll send you guys. But I just thought I had an idea and it just didn't. I didn't think it worked, and I tried like different proportions, but they just came off. Eh.
So tonight, one was your favorite. You said it was a different order last time you had this. Did you put the
Mhm.
Boston first the last time you had this too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
I
changed
don't
up
remember
for me
what we
too.
did in nose. I think Boston was nose and palate last time.
All right.
But like I said, I think it was like third in the order. It seems like. I mean, it's been a while ago.
So the first one was Jacob's Well.
Jacob's Well and then Colonel Beam were the
Yeah.
first two. The Colonel Beam was
Colonel-
the 2-year-old.
yeah. Colonel Beam was the 2 years old. Yeah.
And then
But
next was the 211, right? I believe.
yep,
Wasn't
and
that the third?
I haven't had that. I haven't had that Jacob's Well yet.
I have not
The
either.
second batch of it.
And then the latest one was the Golden Promise 11-year corn whiskey, which meh.
They had that at Evergreen when we were there at Bardstown, and I almost got a sample of it just to try it, and somebody was like, "Nah, don't do it."
I do have it. I'm a part of the Beam Barreled and Box Club, so every quarter they send a couple bottles, and that's how I got that. They send this is usually a part of the Beam and Box. They'll send that, and like this last Beam and Box, I got another cask proof Overholt, the 11-year.
Yeah.
And a Little Book Chapter 8. So
Is that the rye?
actually,
forward
I
one?
take that back. I didn't buy it. I got this series because that was one of the barreled and box. They
Your
sent
packages,
all three of these and the blend it was the barreled and box set. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I'm trying to think. Oh, the next batch is going to be a special Knob Creek pick that members of Barreled and Box could go pick. I couldn't go up there to do it that day, but it kind of stinks. They all chose probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 barrels. And what else? I don't know. They've come out with some really neat stuff in that. I think there's a few states they allow, like Kentucky's one, North Dakota, DC, a few others, but there's been like a special Booker's that Freddie picked that was probably maybe 1,500 bottles. So that was kind of unique. There was a special little book that came out called The Lost Chapter. So really limited, kind of cool. Knob Creek 18 was a part of it once. Claremont Steep was a part of it once. So that one was...
You weren't happy about that one.
It tastes like socks. Not good socks.
I like
not
socks.
clean
I wear
ones.
them. I wear them every day.
Not clean socks. I don't know. There was, compared to some of the craft single malts out there, it was not even close. I mean, that was one of those cases where craft kicked Big Boy's ass hardcore. I mean, you guys have tried some great single malts too. So
Yeah. And some good craft stuff for you.
We'll shut down super chats here in just 1 minute. So if you want in, this is your last chance. We're going to have 4 winners tonight, and we got some cool flights here. You can read it on the bottom. But the other pitch I did want to give, in the description, there is a link to a Facebook group that we just launched here. We're trying to do things a little different, trying to put emphasis on people just as much as the whiskey. Really glad so far because people seem to be having a good time posting pictures, not just of their whiskey, but of themselves. So as an example, we are doing a Halloween costume contest this week. And Darrell, Kelsey, and I are going to pick our favorite photos from that, and they are going to get free entries into our next Super Chat giveaway. So that'll be another way we can give back and participate with all these crazy photos. And right now, Ben A's photo is still haunting my dreams. There's absolutely no way I don't nominate his.
Here, I found something else to entice your fans out there. Another pour I'll include, and I think I gave you guys at the Bardstown Blitz a pour of this, if I'm not mistaken. But this is still Austin, and you'll note it's a label you've never seen. So this is called where'd it go? First Barrels Release, and this literally says, I don't know if you can see it, but
batch one.
Batch 1.
Oh,
so this may be the first release they've ever did.
That video's dropping next Wednesday for me, guys, on that sample right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I shot that a few days ago.
Nice. So I include that.
I'm going to spoil it.
What else I got handy? There's a Dusty there. I'll pour some McKing 8-year from 1974. So there you go. Get in, gentlemen.
David's in.
That.
Cheers.
And you got Wilmington Piper that I pinged a second ago.
I got Wilmington Piper. I was talking to him earlier.
Here.
Got a package all ready for him. What's up?
But thank you for having me on,
Hey,
guys. I'm
Jason
sorry,
Grundy.
Kelsey wasn't able to, but yeah.
Oh, John's sneaking in. I was just about to click the button, John. All right. John's in for 2. John is the last one here. Let me you know what the hardest part is? Doing the typing on the keyboard with these tassels and not spilling and everything.
I thought it was going to be the
Terrifying, by
glasses.
the way.
They look super tinted.
Hey, Cheech.
What's up, Cheech?
All right, John, let me get you in here. I will do a quick double check on these, make sure I have everybody in there, and then we'll spin some wheels.
I'm just going to drink more whiskey.
All right.
Oh, man. Damn,
thank you so much, everybody, for
holy crap
contributing tonight. And then can't wait to see who gets to taste some of these wonderful whiskeys, including this crazy blend here. Jeez.
Dude, like when... Oh, go ahead. I just want to say
Well, I mean, we were comparing it to Heaven Hill 17 earlier, you know, just to put it out there.
What's funny, dude, right? Like when Todd was like, "Oh, I'm going to throw the blend in," I was like, "Crap!" I thought it was D, and I was like, "Oh, that's my least favorite," but it was still good. But it ended up being my freaking favorite, which makes it even that much better. You know, because I was just
I have a little bit left. I might try to do a 60-30-10 myself. See if it tastes
blend it
good.
yourself.
Yeah.
Recreate.
If I had them all, I would
being on their proportions.
Yeah, if I had them all, I would be blending that ASAP. Like that is so much better. I don't even think it's really close, to be honest. Like just, and the nose immediately, the first sniff of it, I'm like, yep.
All right, Todd, how many times should I hit the random button?
Let's see. We had 4 pours, so do it 4 times.
All right,
and
then let's do Todd's first with this wonderful blend. And then what was that second pour you just put in there, Todd?
We'll do the blend, Still Austin Batch 1.
Austin. That's it.
I've got that Dusty. It's called McKing. It was a export only, but it's an 8-year Dusty from 1974.
Oh my gosh!
And who knows what else?
This is a crazy flight here. Good luck to everybody. Let's see who gets to enjoy this one.
This would be.
Oh, all right.
Apple Wolf. Cheers, buddy.
All right.
Apple Wolf, if you're still here, have you cracked open that Hard Truth? I want to know, like, if it's like that. What was it? The single rick house, or not single rick house, but the floating rick house?
Oh yeah, the floating rick house. Yeah, we haven't heard anything yet. I know he said something about enjoying it with us, so we'll see what he does with that.
Okay.
All right. So this one will be for the new riff, featuring the latest new riff special release that just came out this past weekend. But I'll also throw in 3 other of the experimental releases. So you get to go all deep into new riff on this one. All right.
Drill, I'm sure you guys got Ryan's info.
Yeah, I'll shoot that over to you.
Okay,
oh yeah,
thank you.
We'll get that to you.
Doug H for
Doug H.
Doug H for you.
Get some Newport, Kentucky down there to Doug H. I like it. All right, now let's do Durrell's, which will be the Wild Turkey with the Wild Turkey 70th and Russell's Single Barrels.
Top dog wanted some Russells. Does he get it? Oh, Mark B.
Mark B.
There's
man.
Mark.
Congrats, Mark B.
I want to take him to the racetrack with me.
Dude.
He wins every time. I'm like, I know he's won every time I've been on the show. That's for sure.
Is he not live right now?
And then the last flight here will feature Whiskey War. Now, these are also blends of MGP bourbon and rye that have been finished in various ways. Double oaked, double oaked, and then double oaked, and then cab finished. So a whole bunch of finishes there. And then I'll actually put in non-finished barrel strength, so you can taste the core product.
Okay.
That'll be the flight. All right, Whiskey War goes to
Top dog.
Tom.
Oh, Tom Shanley.
All right, congrats again, Tom. Cheers.
Yeah,
All right.
Write that down. Today's what, the 30th, right? Yeah.
Today's the 30th. I'll get the sheet all updated after this.
Yeah,
And
take
then if
notes
anyone's
on
waiting for anything from me, just be on the lookout here soon. I can say that.
Yeah.
It's on its way.
And I would say for just about everybody on my end too, like a lot of that stuff was put out today. There's maybe the last 2 weeks, if that. I got to double check, but most of it's out there. So be on the lookout.
All right. Well, we've got 30 people still in here. It's about time to send them to Jason. But before we do, Todd, one more time, let people know where they can find you.
You can find me in the Hello Again Whiskey Friends Facebook page, entertaining folks sometimes. The Bourbon Road podcast, Frankfort, Kentucky, Frankfort Bourbon Society, documentaries, work, kids. Yeah.
My life.
I'm not even
Todd's
sure I haven't put anything on Instagram in like, I don't know, months. It's just kind of like backdoor type stuff. So, but yeah, thanks for having me on. It's good to see all you people out there in Whiskey Tube as always. Yeah, appreciate you all and love you all. And yeah, cheers.
Awesome. And then links in the description, everybody. You might have to refresh it to see them, but there's links there to the Bourbon Roads website and also to the trailer that Todd has been describing throughout the show here. All right, Darrell, any parting words?
No, just thanks to everybody hanging out with us. This was fun. Thank you, Todd. And you're always spoiling us with like crazy good whiskey.
I know they don't even know the whole story. They just get a little sample, a little taste.
Yeah. No, but always good times with you in here, man. Always good times on these Wednesday streams, man. Kind of look forward to these. Like, gets a little crazy sometimes during the week, so Wednesdays kind of tone it down a bit, and get to hang with you guys, drink some whiskey, and just literally just chill and have a good time, man. So Wednesdays are my happy time, my happy spot. Well, thanks to everybody that's here, man. For sure.
Awesome. Well, everybody, it's time to go check out Jason and some blend to get in action tonight. Maybe Darrell's in there. Maybe he's not. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. We'll find out.
But I'll leave you with just 6 words. Happy Halloween. Oh, yeah. Good night, everybody.
That's 4 words.
That was 6. I said 6 words.
Happy Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's 4.
And then I said good night, everybody.
Well, that's 7.
No, good night's 1 word. And I think I said goodbye. I don't appreciate you questioning this because now I've said so many extra words.
But there was such a gap. It sounded like just 4. All right. Bye, guys.
Off the rip. No script. Cheers, everybody.